MP, it's great to finally meet. We focus on the fan base, and we develop a strategy.
You're here nice and early. Love to see it.
Just doing my job, Coach.
Humble and hardworking. So obviously you've seen one of these before. Nothing too unusual. Your locker's over there. Now, I know you're anxious to find out how you're going to fit into the rotation.
Coach, man.
Good. Now, look. Right now, based on what I get it. 100%. Honestly, I'd be concerned.
If that wasn't emotionally damaging enough, I found out that people were in the Team 2K TV league trading up draft picks when we didn't agree upon a time. So I'll let you guys talk about that.
Ah, collusion.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Charlotte Hornets. At center, Nick Richards. Let's bring out the starting lineup for your San Antonio Spurs.
And it's our, and let's go straight over to the sideline for a report before they tip off. Hey, Allie.
Thank you, BA. Well, tonight.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Well, the fans were a bit brutal when MP was selected, Grant.
You know, BA, fans sometimes can get pretty emotional on draft night, but they took it to a whole nother level when MP was selected.
So the Hornets starting five. All the
Substitution on the court.
That includes the fans, but even more so the players.
Well, there's nothing like a season opening contest. Yeah, both teams would love to kick things off with a big win, so expect to see them giving their all on the floor here tonight.
Outside Oubre. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Man. And a great assist by Graham as that one goes.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
For three, Smith. Not going to go that time.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
To the middle. Here's Bassey. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Smith outside. Hayward outside. Another shot. And Smith lays it up and in.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
San Antonio's gone 4 of 6 from deep to start this game. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Outside Oubre. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside Williams. Pass to Martin. Now Hayward. Outside Williams. Now here's Oubre. Launches it. Bassey pulls it in. Here's Man. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Oh, he's really showing off now. The threes keep falling with no signs of slowing down.
Here's Oubre. Ooh, he released it in time, but it's off the mark. Tie game, and some big points being put on the board as we wrap up the first. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. All right, guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
Got the 2 and the 3, it's Vassell and Johnson. Ada Bates-Diop out there with Kim Birch. And it's Man in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
We're seeing some rapid improvement from Devin Vassell. His numbers are ticking up year over year, and that's across most categories.
And ball thrown drives it down.
Keeping his head up and staying patient. This is what you love to see from Rozier as a playmaker.
From the arc. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
And for Vassell, that success has led to extra playing time.
Well, that's what it is. He's seeing more minutes on the floor, but he's also risen to the opportunity and shown that if you play him more, you're going to get more from him.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. We'll take it.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Nice catch and finish on the lob.
Just a perfect pass and some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
Man, that's butter. And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay. Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Martin passed the ball. Here's Richards. He's guarded by Birch. Johnson against Martin. Richards inside. And rejected. And they're able to recover. Tries yet again. Rebound San Antonio.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Here's Mann. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for San Antonio? The Hornets have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. It's clear Charlotte has the pieces in place to make noise in the league for years to come.
Yeah, no question, B.A. They've got one of the best young rosters in the NBA. And they're balanced. They play tremendous team basketball. Fun to watch.
5 to shoot. Ball no good.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
And that one's good, man.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
And for the Hornets, they're shooting about 41%. Pass to Rozier. Washington outside. And here's ball. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
That's his second foul here pretty early in this one. He's got to be careful for the rest of this half.
It's great to see a fantastic block on replay once again.
Oh, my. And that was textbook defense. Positioning himself well to send it back.
And the Hornets making a change here. Williams is checked in for Richards. Hayward comes in for Washington. Oubre, he's checked in for Martin. And it's Smith in for Ball. Now a timeout called by Charlotte. And Richard, the Spurs trying to rebuild without bottoming out. That's one of the hardest things to do in the NBA, I think.
And they've got a lot of intriguing young players, but you need superstar talent to win in this league, and San Antonio is still in search of that.
Outside Oubre. Back to Smith to halt the run. Collins with the rebound.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some sort of momentum.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The NBA last season celebrated its 75th anniversary and announced the 75 greatest players in NBA history, gathering the living greats during the All-Star break. A lot of history, but Commissioner Silver said we're a pretty young league when you think about it. Brian, I guess it's all relative.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks for that, Allie. Hits a three-pointer. Man's got 33.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Charlotte has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Smith passes to Hayward. Now here's Oubre. Shoots. Misses the jumper.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Goes back up. Sohan. And he makes it on the layup. 13 points in the game.
And you'd think their lead would hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Hayward. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Mann. Knocks down the long J. Mann's got 36 points.
This dude is capable of some memorable moves. He's showing off and having a little fun.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Spurs out in front, running away with this one.
55. The away team, 34.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little. Making a switch here. Oubre's checked in. Here's Richards, down low. Oubre passes to Rozier. And he throws it down with one hand.
And could be a prolific night for Rozier. He's going on the attack and getting rewarded for it.
And so in the game for the Hornets. At the forward spots, Hayward and Washington. Kelly Oubre out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Richards in at the center position. Oubre passes to Washington. Rozier outside. Three-pointer, no good.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Oubre with a steal. The baseline J is on the way. Here's Richards. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Oh, beating everyone to the ball. Great activity on the offensive glass.
Fires from deep. And again for three.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been. Hayward's shot is off. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. From deep. Good. Another from three.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
He is now tied for the most threes in a game. An incredible shooting night for him on a night we'll never forget. Rozier finds Hayward. Back to Rozier. There's the triple. Rebounded by Birch.
Credit to him for trying to get that three right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
The Hornets have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. The ball's knocked loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Three-pointer. Connects again from distance.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
Oh, an historic performance by an historic shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And the crowd, letting him know they appreciate greatness.
He's been nothing less than great. Three-pointers at a historic level.
This is a game that every player dreams of having from the arc. He's living it. It is almost unreal the way he is shooting threes.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kelly Oubre.
And he really made his presence felt on the inside. Just so active and looking all game long for openings. And he found them by scoring a lot of baskets by slashing to the hoop.
A new lineup here for Charlotte. Here's Maledon. Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. Pass to Mikhailuk. Again, the miss by the Hornets. On offense, here is San Antonio. They're rolling here. 9 unanswered. Charlotte has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. San Antonio's gotten 4 of 7 three-pointers to fall in the fourth.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Spurs.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for D.
We certainly
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Maladon. Three-pointer, Book Night. Charlotte again missing. And it's San Antonio's ball. They're rolling here with a 15-point run. And that one's good, man.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Three-pointer, Book Night. He can't hit that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Here's Mann. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
San Antonio foul. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And he makes a first.
At the line for the Hornets.
And so he makes both from the line. 7 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Mann. And again, 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
So we see the Spurs taking the W here. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season.
Great from you tonight. Are you in?
Yeah, you know, we didn't want to give this game away, so I took.
Fantastic win tonight, MP.
Thanks, John.
What was your favorite?
Just picking up that W, man. I could have easily.
There were a lot of media outlets in the preseason that made a big deal.
Community. Community is everything to me. So, okay, that's it. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I will let him know.
What up?
So what you say to MP? Come on in.
Okay, Freddie made it seem like I had to do a bunch of PR stuff just to get my shot with the Stars.
That's flat out wrong. This
sounds good, Jerry. Yeah.
MP,
What's going
great
on,
to
man?
finally meet. We focus on the fan base, and we develop a strategy.
You're here nice and early. Love to see it.
Still on my job, Coach.
Humble and hardworking. So obviously you've seen one of these before. Nothing too unusual. Now, I know you're anxious to find out how you're going to fit into the rotation.
Coach, man.
Good. Now, look. Right now, based on what we saw in Summer League, we're going to start you off at the end of the bench. That'll allow you to build up your game slowly. I get it. 100%. Honestly, I'd be concerned if you didn't feel that way.
So if we're rewinding 60 years from 2023, that brings us to 1963. Which NBA team won the championship that year?
Was it the Hawks, the Lakers, the Celtics, or the Warriors?
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Charlotte Hornets. At forward, P.J. Washington. Let's meet the starting five for Europe.
Just about.
Thank you, BA. Well, tonight.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Well, the fans were a bit brutal when MP was selected, Grant.
You know, BA, fans sometimes can get pretty emotional on draft night, but they took it to a whole nother level when MP was selected.
And after a long offseason, NBA basketball is back. Doris, two of the best words in hoops. Opening night.
I've been waiting for tonight for months, BA. The start of a long, incredible journey that is the NBA season. We know there will be twists and turns. Tonight won't make a season, but boy, it's good to be back.
Even as a forward, Gordon Hayward can run the offense, Grant.
Hey, BA, he is a tremendous passer. Hayward's averaged over 5 assists a game during the season. Having Gordon in the front court really helps with ball movement. I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Oubre on the wing.
2 minutes.
There's a minute 54 left to play in the first. Rozier from outside. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. San Antonio trailing here. Pass to man. Left side, Grant.
Charlotte foul. LaMelo Ball. First personal foul.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Hornets?
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
The other thing, I cannot be more impressed by the defense they've shown tonight. Their willingness to close on shooters, blocking shots, playing with great effort.
That free throw misses. And Spurs coach Greg Popovich last season moving into first all-time for coaching wins, Grant.
That's right, BA. I mean, all those wins coming with one organization, the Spurs. Now, when he hangs up his whistle, he'll be in the conversation for the greatest coach in NBA history.
Massey, he's checked in for San Antonio. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Back to man. Chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Charlotte's gone 2 of 5 from deep. Hayward, the pass to Smith. Here's Williams. Outside Oubre. Three-pointer. San Antonio with a rebound.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Back to Graham. Out left to the wing. Let's go with a 3. Williams grabs the board. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Martin outside. Smith outside. 5 on the clock. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. So it's San Antonio now. They trail by 1. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Kelly Oubre picks one up.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
At the line for your Spurs, Ronald taking 2 shots.
That one drops. He ties it up. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Hayward outside. Over Birch. Birch with some nice D.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish it. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Spurs up by 1. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Both teams making substitutions here, and not many teams have as solid a piece to build around as the Hornets do with LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo clearly is a guy who has incredible confidence, incredible vision and passing ability. When you look at his ability to make the game easy for the players around him, and sometimes in transition to make those elite athletes look incredibly special, he is a guy that you would enjoy playing with.
Devin Vassell out there with Devontae Graham. Then it's Keita Bates-Diop, and it's Bassi in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's Hayward. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Hornets lead by 3.
You're starting to be able to trust that Terry Rozier is going to make these finds.
Back to Graham. Pass to Bassi. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul.
And that one misses. Well, as you know, Grant, this game can be so hard on your body. As a player, how do you determine the difference between being hurt versus being injured?
That's a great question, B.A. Look, sometimes as players, you need someone to protect them from themselves. Today's game, the teams today are so smart about protecting players and preventing things from getting worse. But it really comes down to the players, the doctors, the team overall, just being smart and having a big picture about the injuries. And clearly not enough defensive presence there.
Boy, he just took advantage and a ferocious jam.
You know, but at this level, almost any guy can throw it down on you if you leave him wide open.
Martin outside. Back to Smith. Over Graham. Pass to Williams. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, Dennis Smith Jr. so good at pick-and-roll situations, understanding how to pass around the defender.
Here's Bassi. Williams defending. Hayward with a steal. In transition, here they come. Smith against Graham. Hayward for 3. Offensive rebound. Got a hand on it. To the paint. Here's Bates-Diop. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And Williams punches it home.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Mann. Hornets with the rebound. Hayward's got 5 rebounds in the game. Smith right side. For 3. The shot misses. And so it's Charlotte leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consistency has...
The visiting team, 35.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, one of the stories here, Terry Rozier. Man, is he getting it done today?
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Steve Clifford. Rozier out on the wing with Hayward. Nick Richards out there with P.J. Washington. And it's Ball in at the point. Pass to Rozier. Launches a 3. And Ball with the basket. The assist by Rozier. Ball's got 11 points.
Well, LaMelo Ball in the catch-and-shoot game. He says, I can get off the ball as well.
Tons of hype around LaMelo Ball. The 3rd overall pick in 2020. Just like you, Grant.
Yeah, although the draft was a little different back in my day. But let me tell you, B.A., there is so much pressure being a top 3 pick. It's really impressive that LaMelo has lived up to the lofty expectations. You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And we've seen the Spurs part ways with some of their best veterans. It really speaks to the talent at the top of the 2023 NBA draft. Savvy organizations like San Antonio will time their rebuilds to the years when the draft boasts some of those elite prospects.
The rebound by the Spurs. Man's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Jones. Lets it go from 11. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio. Hayward, the pass to Ball. Rozier outside. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists in the game. San Antonio has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Outside Johnson. Misses the layup. Hook loose. Inside. Here's Man. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Guys, when the conversation is about the Charlotte Hornets, obviously there is a figure that looms large, and that's the majority owner, Michael Jordan, the man who has 6 NBA titles, the man who many consider the greatest player to ever play the game.
And the Spurs making a change here. Collins checked in. Washington, a good look. That shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Since MJ took over as owner of the Hornets in 2010, he's tried to keep them competitive.
Unlike when MJ was a player in a huge market like Chicago, in a market like Charlotte, it's much smaller. It's a bigger challenge to attract marquee talent. But I would say this, they've got some exciting young talent on their roster. You begin with LaMelo Ball, certainly.
So it's a narrow victory for the Spurs, pulling out the W. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian.
Fantastic win tonight, MP.
Thanks, John.
What was your favorite?
Just picking up that W, man. I could have easily.
There were a lot of media outlets in the preseason that made a big deal of
Community. Community is everything to me. So, okay, that's it. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I will let him know.
What up?
So what you say to MP, come on in.
Okay, Freddie made it seem like I had to do a bunch of PR stuff just to get my...
Sounds good, Jerry. Yeah. Yeah, I'll link up with you later, man. All right, have a great one.
But here's another question for you. How many games did it take the Celtics to win that final series in 1963?
Was it 4, 5, 6, or 7 games? I'll give you a little hint. This number is also the number that LeBron James wears on the Lakers currently. Easy one.
And Greg, we're still very early in the season. What are these teams right now doing to maintain success through the year? San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. So with Johnson on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. We've got D, and it's Bates Diop in at the small forward. At the top of the key, Turner. Left side, Jackson. And he makes that one.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Halliburton outside. On the money from 12 feet away. Halliburton's got 5.
Good job that time by Halliburton to get some help with the screen and then got a shot right off of the pick.
Graham, the pass to man. Stolen by Jackson. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Passes it to Nesmith. Halliburton up top. McConnell against Graham. Just 5 to shoot. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Graham. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Spurs shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting It's something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Ken Burge is checked in for the Spurs. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 27 seconds left to play in the first. To the middle. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Oh, you can't let Turner get that deep inside. When you do, he's going to abuse you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
Graham, the pass to man, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Spurs shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. So we can't get either to fall. And there's the pass to Halliburton. To the inside, and it's Turner finishing it off.
A clean pass that time from Halliburton to a wide-open teammate. Just smart ball movement there.
Graham from outside. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's a tie game in Indiana. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Pacers Youth Team. Substitution on the court.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Pacers trail by 3. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Guys, I was able to catch up with Indiana's head athletic trainer. He suffered a strain in his neck, and he told me that it's really stiffened up on him. Coming back tonight is not an option for him, and they are hoping he won't have to miss too much time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. They've got Collins. Monte Graham is out there with D. And it's Bates Diop in at the 3 spot. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Horry worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, "I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there." And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you.
Graham's court awareness in action right there easily spots a wide open man.
That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And this is one of the things that makes Mathurin so exciting to watch, that ability to finish on alley-oops.
Out to the right wing. Bounce pass, Collins. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Neesmith. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw, no good.
At the line for Indiana.
He hits the second from the line. 23 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's man, and the rejection by Jackson. Clobbered on the shot. He'll shoot free throws.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. Both free throws good from man.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
1 second left. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's San Antonio with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Joe. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Here's Jones. Tyrese Halliburton is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then there's Buddy Hield. Then it's Turner. And it's Nora in at the 4. That's the Pacers' 5.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Indiana moving the ball around. The jump hook. Here's Turner. Rejected by Mann. Now here's Vassell. He's covered by McConnell. Mann gets the bucket. And you look at MP, you have to think back to his very successful college career, Greg. Was an outright star at that level.
Yeah, stayed 3 years before making the jump to the NBA. You don't see that too often nowadays, but he won a college championship and had nothing left to prove.
Look, when they're evaluating draft prospects, we always hear about wingspan, arm span. How does that translate to the basketball floor?
Well, it's actually reach factor, Kevin. That's a huge component of defense, particularly when you're talking about guys switching all the time. So the ability to cover ground, to challenge shots from a distance, that's why wingspan is so important. And you think about it, multiple Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, perhaps has the longest wingspan ever recorded at the Combine.
And it's Halliburton penetrating. Here's Turner, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Turner's length causes defenses all kinds of problems. I mean, he really uses that length extremely well to draw fouls.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He misses the free throw.
And back into...
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
What up, Ash? Press?
Hey, what's MP stand for anyway? Sounds like...
You know what? That's real classy. Why would he even mention me? Ash, not one chair?
What you got there, Ashley? Huh?
Bunch of hopefuls.
I mean, tell you the truth, I really wouldn't have noticed it if people...
MP, let's stay with the draft for a moment. A big part of the...
I mean, look, Shep would be a great...
MP, you know we keep it real on here. I got to ask
you. Yo, honestly, that's just who he is.
Well, this has been unforgettable, and I'd love to continue this conversation.
I would describe Michael Jordan as the ultimate in what you would want from a guard.
Birthdays are a time to celebrate you, and we're here for it. Here for your flashiest, your danciest. Here for your youest. It's Chip's happiest.
Well, we've got a lot of players seeing their first NBA action. Richard, you remember your rookie debut?
100%. Do you want to know why, Ryan?
Please do. Spurs making a switch here. Mann's checked in. So on the floor for San Antonio. At the 2 and the 3, it's Vassell and Johnson. And it's Jones in at point guard. Here's Harden. Lays out. And it's out of bounds. The Sixers able to retain possession here.
Sixers ball.
Outside Tucker. 6 to shoot. For 3, here's Harris. It's not going to go for him, and San Antonio will go the other way with it. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one, and that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start the game with 4 straight misses. Look, that's about as rough as it gets. It'll get going soon.
I mean, there are some great guys in this league. Coach Greg Popovich sticks out. Just a tremendous person. I loved competing against his teams.
To the inside. Here's Johnson. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio.
Just brutal. I mean, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Coach Pop, the NBA all-time leader in wins. Any memories facing off with his Spurs?
Well, I always knew that his teams would play hard. They'd be prepared. They played the right way. And, of course, they exemplify their leader, Coach Pop.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Mann. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. And watching the 18th pick of the draft, MP, there was a lot of debate as to where he could get selected.
Yeah, there was a lot of film on MP, but not a real sense of his role. Teams like his intangibles, but weren't sure if the upside of taking him in the first round was there.
Vassell's shot is good.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. That's good from Embiid on the assist by Harden. Embiid's got 5 now.
Look, inside, Embiid just has all the tools for success. The height, the power, and more importantly, the tenacity.
To the middle. Man, a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Joel Embiid.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
No good on that one. And the 76ers will have a different look here. Harrell's checked in for Embiid. McDaniels comes in for Tucker. Milton's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Melton in for Harden.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
And the improvement of Tyrese Maxey's three-point shot from his first season to second year, just unprecedented. He improved by over 12% with a huge increase in attempts as well.
Yep, that one goes.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
Yeah, he made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty.
Now here's Maxey. He's covered closely. Graham against Maxey. The three. Graham misses. And for a player with the speed and quickness of Maxey, Grant leveling up that three-point shot changes everything for him.
Oh, so true, B.A. It becomes pick your poison with them. And it put him in a conversation last year for most improved player.
So they take the lead. Man's got his second basket of the night.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Melton outside. Left side, Maxey. Rebounded by the Spurs. Man's got 4 rebounds now. Down low. The jump hook. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
They're really working the paint now.
Here's Maxey. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. That shot off the mark.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Spurs out in front. They lead by 3. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
Harden is the 2 with Harris playing small forward. Up front, it's Tucker at the 4 next to Embiid in the middle. And it's Milton in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Harden, the pass to Embiid. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
That's just not fair. 7-footers like Embiid with that size, they aren't supposed to shoot like that.
Pass to Man. Oh, stolen by Embiid. On the wing, Milton. All sorts of time. It's wide right. Hits off the rim.
All alone from mid-range. You got to think he's kicking himself. You know, in the past several seasons, there's been one constant with the 76ers. They're going to be among the best defensive teams in the league.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Capable of playing either guard position. Harden's sense for when his teammates are open is ridiculous.
Pass to Collins. Back to Man. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his second.
The Sixers' identity really does center around their defense.
It's so true, B.A., and they've done a great job playing to their strengths. That's the key for any contending team. Maximize your players' talents. Philly has done that as well as anybody.
Jones, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ooh, poked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. James Harden, with plenty of confidence, said not to brag or anything, but I'm really good at this game. I'm unselfish. I play the right way. I don't try to do anything I can't do or that doesn't benefit our team. And that mindset keeps me in a good place.
Thank you. And between Jason Kidd and LeBron James, RJ, you played with some incredible passers in your day. What was that like, running alongside those guys?
Well, it's just amazing. Jason Kidd, LeBron James, these guys can get you the ball when you don't even know that you're open. That's what's fun. And it's even more fun kind of sitting back and watching them and seeing how they read the floor. Two of the greatest to ever do.
And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two.
He was not going to settle on that.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half.
The score, your Sixers, 29. The Spurs, 29.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon... So it's the 76ers taking the W in a close one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Brian Anderson, along with our 2K
MP, what's up, bro?
T-Mac, man, what you hit? All right, so what'd you do to get past that?
And I needed to talk to someone.
Celebrate you.
Now it's time for your top plays. Hey everyone, it's Kyle Speller, public address announcer for your Denver Nuggets. We're here to showcase your Mobile One top drives. Let's get cruising.
Oh, that's his 8th make of the game.
Grind to shine is in the wreck.
It's still early in the season, and teams are still trying to figure out rotations. Greg, what's it like to play in a game like that tonight? He's checked in for Collins.
Man.
On the court for San Antonio. Sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then it's D, then it's Jones. And it's Zohan in at the 4 slot. And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
And Edwards drops them both.
Man, they are just living at the line.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Conley, the pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. That one good for 2.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley. Spurs also with the sub. Devontae Graham's checked in for Jones.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Zohan, the pass to Mann. And he lays it straight in. Mann's got 6 points. Well, it's no secret that MP was a very controversial pick, Greg, by this team. The debate between him and Shep Owens will be argued for a long time, I'm sure.
And you can see both sides of the argument. A player who does the little things versus an athletic monster with upside. The fan base, though, has made it pretty clear they want it on. And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Easy for me. They've made the most of their opportunities by getting to the line, and they are knocking them down as well.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Here's Mann, defended by Towns. The second effort, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
For San Antonio, they have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one early.
And the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And, Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Here's Alexander Walker. And he can't bank that one in.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And the pass to Mann. Over Towns. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker passes to Noel. Pass to Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Out to the right wing. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Spurs shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Pass to Towns. It's blocked. Here's man. And so it's Minnesota holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be right back after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
On the court right now for the Spurs, sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Collins is out there with D, and it's Jones in at the 1. More and more defenses switch everything now, Steve, and if you were coaching, is that how you'd play it? Is that how you would teach it?
You know, Kevin, yes. Sometimes you have to switch, but I think the best coaches, what they do best is they show you different looks. And timely, they'll do it. Sometimes they'll trap it. Sometimes they'll hedge the pick and roll. And sometimes they'll just go under.
And block. That one goes careening off the glass.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
The shot that time, not on target. And San Antonio will go the other way with it, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
Especially on the road. Each miss fired up that crowd even more.
It's deflected. Johnson right side. Back to Vassell. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Vassell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Greg, Devin Vassell came in as a 3-and-D type player, but he's grown beyond that.
He has added secondary ways to contribute on offense. Still not a great shot creator, but can finish plays in a variety of ways to help his team.
Collins kicks to Jones. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out the quarter with a
50. The Spurs 30.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the Spurs making a switch here. Man's checked in. Edwards looking it over. They grab their own miss. Out to Conley. Three-pointer. No good. The Spurs have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Conley in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And it's Edwards, top of the key. Back to McDaniel. Gobert with it. 12 points for him. Towns.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far.
And we've seen Towns take on more of a leadership role over the years, wanting to be the guy for this team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for McDaniel. Alexander Walker comes in for Edwards. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley.
Yeah, easy call.
Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in. This is his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
No good on the second free throw. The Spurs shooting 42% from the field here in the third.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Kicks it to Anderson. Here's Gobert. Pass to Reed. Beyond the arc. Shot clock reset for the Timberwolves. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Ken Burge is checked in for the Spurs.
And one of the biggest stories of the summer was Rudy Gobert being traded. Gets a fresh start with the Timberwolves.
Here's Alexander Walker. Man with the rebound. Man's got 9 rebounds now tonight. It seems everyone wants a piece of MP. It was announced Mobile One will run a campaign centered all around him.
And hard to ignore the star power that MP has started to build. From his time in college until now, he's becoming a household name.
Here's Alexander Walker. Man with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Noel. Got a hand on it. Now here's Graham. Here's Mann. Can they get it? And it's Graham missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Noel passes to Reed. Over Birch. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Reed's got 6.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's up to 26 points in the game now, just keeps pouring in the buckets. And we've got more on 2K Sport. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Can't forget about the boards. If we don't...
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
MP, you got a minute?
Of course, sure. Look, man, I've been meaning
I thought I was clear with you. Basketball, come.
Random Rec Goat is next in, well, the wreck, of course. Okay, walking it up a little bit, gave him a little hezzy. All right, he goes up. Oh, wait a minute. Did you just see that? Finishing on the right, no, with the left. I don't know what he did. No blinker. It's all quite a lane change at freeway speeds. Nicely done. Let's close out.
Well, Grant, it's still early in the season, but when you're on a team, do you have a good sense of where you stand in the league at this point?
Well, it's hard to say.
Changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley. And so in the game for the Spurs, we've got Devontae Graham, Keldon Johnson out there with Keita Bates-Diop. And it's Man in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Fantastic replay we just saw of the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, nice finish from him on that drive. Uses his body well and helps extend the lead. Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Minnesota has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Pass to Noel. Yep, count it.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Here's Man. Minute 32 left to play in the first quarter. He gets it in there. And a big question mark for MP that he'll have to answer this year. Can his skills translate into NBA success?
Yeah, he was a great college player. Nobody is arguing that. But many wonder if he'll be able to handle the physical side of the NBA. Hard to say just yet, but we'll find out soon enough.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Pass to Man. Stolen by Reed. To the middle. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
And stolen by Edwards. Here's Noel. The rebound by the Spurs. Last time they came together was in Minneapolis, where they fell to the Timberwolves.
Last time these teams met up, they practically got run over. But to be fair, they took issue with some of the calls they were handed.
Yeah, their starters got into foul trouble, and it felt as if some of the calls were tick-tack, no doubt. But nonetheless, damage was done.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Bassey's checked in. Pass to Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Bassey pulls it in.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
Here's Man. Anderson covers. clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one on Anderson.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
That one's off. And the second free throw is good. Just 4 seconds left in the first. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 8. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area. And so far, the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
So on the floor for the Spurs, Devontae Graham out there with Devin Vassell. And it's Bassi in at the 4-man position.
Rudy Gobert is one of the game's dominant big men. He understands how to use his length and his size defensively, and he's figured out how to fit in. This guy is an outstanding screener offensively.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Left side McDaniels. No good on the triple. Here's Graham. Here's Mann. Reed defending. Fades and shoots. Mann misses. And for Minnesota, they're shooting at a decent clip, 45% for the game.
After just 1 year in college, Naz Reid declared for the 2019 NBA draft, where he was not selected, guys.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And Doris, you got to give credit for how hard Reed worked.
Listen, the devastation of going up.
And so it's Minnesota feeling confident. 18-point.
Your Minnesota Timberwolves. 60. The Spurs. 42.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different. Look for San Antonio. Man, he's checked in for Collins. Bates Diop comes in for Johnson. And Graham subbed in for Jones. And when you're trying to slow down a top scorer, often the game plan is to get physical. Grant, you would know better than anybody. What's it like in the trenches here?
Well, B.A., it's interesting. I mean, it can wear on you. It's a mental challenge. When you're in the trenches trying to slow down a great offensive player, it really becomes a battle of wills. You have to stay focused. You have to be disciplined. And most importantly, you just cannot take a play off and allow a great player to get going.
Edwards and Anderson fill out the perimeter. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Conley in at the 1. So that's the Timberwolves 5. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Outside, Anderson to the inside. Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
If he's that close to the cup, Rudy Gobert knows how to finish.
Pass to Mann. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Rudy Gobert picks one up. That free throw no good.
They're missing a chance to trim the lead by leaving points at the line.
And he's good on the second.
What I like about the Minnesota Timberwolves, to me, they took a step forward last season. Finishing their highest conference finish since 2004, made it all the way up to the 7th spot in a very competitive West.
Here's Mann, and he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Inside, here's Gobert.
Well, the length and the size of Rudy Gobert so problematic for defenses. Nothing they can do there but foul him.
First free throw is good. Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Towns. Alexander Walker comes in for Anderson. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley. Bassi, he's checked in for San Antonio. Count the basket. And looking at the progress Minnesota has made, many think the best is yet to come, Doris.
Well, they've made smart draft acquisitions, beginning with young Mr. Anthony Edwards, a big-time talent. And obviously, you've got to grow that young talent. That's exactly how you build a bright future for your team.
Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
That's a case where Rudy Gobert is outworking the defense, keeping the play alive, and finishing strong.
Here's Mann. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. He buries it from three.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher.
Well, a big trade over the summer, bringing Rudy Gobert to the Wolves. And it's a bit of a fresh start for Gobert, a main star of this team that is loaded with talent, but needed that defensive anchor.
McDaniels is checked in for the Timberwolves. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
First personal foul.
No good on the free throw.
At the line for the Spurs,
and he ends up missing both free throws. The Timberwolves have gotten 7 of 15 shots to hit in the second half. Connects from downtown. Edwards got 25 points in the game.
Well, that's his second three of the game. One in the first half, one here.
And Gobert with a block.
Well, let's remember, Rudy Gobert has got a 7'9" wingspan. Sometimes it's just easy picking sending it back.
And what a phenomenal replay of that impressive rejection.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
Here's McDaniels. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Gobert. Here's Noel. Clock at 6. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Timberwolves.
And he drops the first. Collins, he's checked in for Bassey.
Taking 2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 13 to open up this second half. To the paint. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Edwards with it. Picked up by Collins. The putback doesn't go for him. San Antonio has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Outside Graham. Back to Mann. Nice D from Reed.
That's the play they want him to start making. They want to be able to trust him.
And the first one at the line is good. The Spurs making a switch here. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Right side, Graham. And they recover it. Here's Mann. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you...
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've racked up a ton of turnovers. We'll be back in a moment. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter. Stranger things have happened. So on the floor for San Antonio, we've got Devontae Graham, and it's Mann in at the 5 down low. Second free throw, no good.
And when you look at this second half, missed free throws stick out. It's hard to keep pace that way.
Pass to Reed. Lets it go from deep. On target from range.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to...
And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for...
What do you say to the people who question the wisdom of your decision?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't phrase it like that, Nate.
I was wondering if I could ask you about Nate White's report that you've been...
Hey, I'd just like to clear something up really quickly.